Well, hey everyone again. Thank you for joining us today. We have a couple awesome projects demos for you today from our newest engineering partners. We have Amit and Anthony who joined us just last week. I do mention this to other people who have all been on this kind of call before that these projects are really meant as a way to learn and grow, experiment with maybe some new languages, frameworks, challenge yourself, experiment, work on something that you're excited about versus having a fully fleshed out beautiful project that's on the App Store, for instance. And then, yeah, everyone on this call today, I can confirm, is welcoming and supportive. We are, here to cheer you on as you go. And the folks on the call, definitely feel free to throw some words of encouragement in the chat as these folks present. We'll also have some time for questions too after both of the presenters go. So with that, let's get to it. Let's bring up Amit first, maybe, to show us what he's been working on. I know he's been working on a personalized note-making app and a Q&A. So really curious to learn more, and feel free to share your screen when you're ready.
Yeah, thank you. So I will start sharing my screen. Just give me 1 second. Just 1 second sharing. Okay, Zoom is asking me permission. It's gonna reopen my Zoom. Actually, the screen sharing is happening. Just give me 1 second.
No problem.
Okay, now I think I should be able to screen my, yeah, it's able. I don't know why it happened. So, okay, guys, hi again. And I'm gonna quickly start about what I was working on and what I have built up. So it's like a simply personal note-making app I wanted to develop. And a little bit about the problem statement here is, every day we are used to saving some notes, like different kind of notes. So it could be helpful, like in future, we can look at them and those things. And the other thing we do is, like, every day we kind of search so much data on Google and other places, information, we go through some results while we are developing at that time. So I kind of wanted these things to be mixed up. Like, I want to search something, and if I find it useful enough, I want to save it in my notes. And when we save something in notes, it's very important that it's been categorized properly. So later on, if we want to search, it comes up exactly the result we were looking for. So here in this product, I try to use two open AIs, like ChatGPT, you might have heard right now is very popular. So almost similar model, Da Vinci Code I'm using here to do two different tasks. One is to search some data. And if I find the data good enough, then I can save into my notes, with another AI using finding the keywords for my categorization purpose. So the focus here is to develop something which could be like mostly on the back end, and front end doesn't matter. Like it will be an Android app, iOS, or anything. At front end, it's just need a mic to do the stuff for you, and quickly everything will be handled at the back end. So let me start with a basic demo. So let me close it. You could see my screen. So I will make a just general query. Write a Firebase insert query. So even if it doesn't go with the right, so it still works for me. So for example, I was working on a project and I didn't have anything for Firebase. It quickly gave me Firebase knows both the concept of right or left. So it kind of gives that information. I didn't like it. Firebase document update query. So my purpose is to keep it like quick solutions. It doesn't go well, then it let me know, okay, you can ask it again. Can you explain Firebase? So So for example, this time I got some result which I wanted to, and I wanted to like save to notes. So I can simply click it on, and here I have some notes built up for me, and it's a live listener. So what example, like these keywords are again made by the AI. So AI was able to find some keywords from the result. Now these are stored there. On these basis, I'm going to able to fetch new results. So Firebase, Google, real-time database. So this is done like by the AI. The third part, which I again wanted to do, was more of classification. And these models are based on temperature and different parameters. So I'm testing out those parameters, how it could be more personalized for me. If I want more strict results, or I'm okay with the results which are not that much strict. So all these things I'm still working on, like how I could make it for like as a personalized app better way. But this is like very basic use of it. And another use you could lay, for example, I need to write an email because it takes a lot of thinking when you need to write email or messages or those things at office and all those stuff. So those things, it can help me out. Write an email to welcome a new colleague in my office. Okay, maybe write again. Write an email to welcome a new colleague in my office. Okay, this time it did it. So subject, welcome to team, welcome to this and that, like it's been able to explain. So it will kind of save me the time if I not need to cognitive stress, and I don't need to think. Or if I need to send some message like in Slack or something like, hey, welcome, all these things. Or if what are the job roles of a solution architect with 10 years of experience in React and Android? Like something like this I want to do. Okay. Every time it's taking them, I will quickly. Job roles of a solution architect with 10 years of experience. Yeah. So this is the like text-to-speech problem here happening. I have one more AI, Whisper AI, but that's like too much time consuming if I try to use that. Just quickly give you now a brief about what I'm looking forward to develop further. So for like, here is the architecture right now I'm working on. It's on Firebase, like I'm using GCP. Authentications is done by GCP, and I'm using serverless functions. These functions are here where I'm going to make the API calls with the OpenAI. So they have like different AIs which I'm going to access and then try to make the results reasonable as per your personalized AIs. Like I'm going to make some more checkboxes here. It's not finished product yet. It's just like, you could say MVP. So it could be like, if you want some answer with the coding related, or if you want some answer related to any other topic, you can check those, and then the AI will be able to get you better results, and then you can save them accordingly. And making it like not dependent on any device, because you could be working in Chrome, you could be working on your Android. Like a singular backend will give you like, oh, you have your notes everywhere, wherever you want to access your notes, search them. So that's the like basic day-to-day use case I wanted to solve for myself, actually. Quickly search something and save something. So that's it about this. Maybe you guys can have asked some question. I didn't take much long, so yeah.
Sorry, I was looking for my unmute here. Awesome work. Awesome job. That was really cool to see. And I feel like this is so useful. I'm such a note taker and a writer, so I could really see the benefit of this saving my hands sometimes, for sure. Yeah, I hope you're feeling really proud. We'll definitely open it up for questions if anyone would like to ask one.
Yeah, very cool. So I guess you were relying a lot on external APIs to do the bulk of the sort of heavy lifting. Did you sort of run into any annoyances using those APIs? And were they all did they all end up being from the same place, or did you look around at like a bunch of different sites that offered similar APIs?
Actually, currently, they are all from the same place, because I have been like using OpenAI for quite long now, trying out their different models. So I found like they are like really the leader in the market right now with their models. So that's the only one I'm using. And even if you might have seen like ChatGPT have issues with the, like you cannot do a lot of queries there, but making it personalized, I saw it, I'm able to do so many queries and there is no problem with that, like no 500 error or anything. They're responding quite well. But I will try to actually implement with some Google machine models, which I really want to apply on the notes, but that's for that later. For currently, they're a single source actually, so no problem.
Nice, very cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Other questions? I'm curious, maybe like what was your biggest challenge working on this project? Or most surprising one too?
Biggest challenge working on was like to set up the queries, like temperature. There were so many parameters. So I first need to kind of test out with them, like, okay, what kind of result I really want to. And at that moment, I even realized, like working on further, to make it more personalized, I need to use one more model, which can kind of model this thing for you. You get results, then you say like, oh, this result is good, this is bad. And I want to train it for you. So after maybe 6 months, it will have a perfect temperature, perfect frequency for you to find the results according to your personality, writing according to your personality. So that's thing like which I faced problem, but I was also fascinated. Okay, we could do so much with these many parameters.
Awesome too. Yeah, that'd be really cool when it's kind of like customized to you and kind of like understands you and your just little quirks.
The whole purpose for it actually.
That's really neat. I love that. Any last questions before we move on? Awesome. Maybe just one last round of applause. Nice work. I know it's never, easy to get up here and present something that you've been working so hard on. And
Thank you.
That's such a lovely job. So I hope you're feeling really great. Awesome work. Okay, with that too, we'll bring up Anthony, our second and last presenter for today. I know that he's been working on an app that incorporates his varied workout routines. So curious to learn more. I've been trying to exercise a bit more as the temperature goes down, trying to figure that out. So maybe Anthony can give me some tips.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll start. Check that. Feature of Canva. All right. Hi guys, I'm Anthony. I'm a full stack engineer. For my HOP, I chose to build something with React Native. As I heard that there's a few SPs that are looking for that, and also I hadn't touched it in a few years, and I wanted to see how the developer experience had changed. I used Expo because it was quite a basic app and it was a breeze to work with, and get new features added on the fly. So when I started off, these were my goals, and knowing that I had 1 week, I tried to be realistic and not super ambitious. So I had two main goals. First, I wanted to build a workout app that I actually use. As you can see, I use kettlebells. My friends also use kettlebells. We've all had like several back injuries and stuff from deadlifts and things like that. So we moved on to kettlebells, and I wanted to build something that I could actually use. Second thing, I also wanted to learn FPTS, which is a functional library for TypeScript. I couldn't achieve the second goal. The first goal was I was able to get a functional app, but the second part was I wasn't able to use FPTS. I had, CSS issues that took priority over that. Moving on, first I want to explain, it's important to understand what this workout is, Quicken did. And if you understand that, I'll explain why we need a custom app. A workout is made up of a random number of series. And a series is 20 reps. This can be kettlebell snatches for the snatch variant or swings and push-ups for the push-up variant, so two variants. For the snatch, left and right snatches are treated as separate events. So you can see the left snatches and then right snatches after a break. In one series, you do your total 20 reps with the left and the next one with the right. Similar thing with the swing and push-up variation. And you notice you don't stop the timer. It keeps going regardless of when you finish a set. You start a workout by rolling the die, and the number of series is determined by the die roll. What was my inspiration? So since I have a few friends that use kettlebells, and most of the kettlebell workouts come from a guy named Pavel Tsatsouline. He's the guy who popularized it in the West. And he's got a few different workouts. The one that I use most is called Quick and Dead. and his institution is called Strong First. And most of the people there, they use basic stopwatches. The one that my friend uses is a giant stopwatch. I love the aesthetic of this because there's nothing more than a stopwatch. I love the simplicity and the focus on the core feature, but it doesn't have an automatic interval or lap feature that we need. There's other apps like a circuit trainer. It's great if you want to work out for 10 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds, but it doesn't do what we need. There's no set workout or rest interval. With Quick and Dead, you start a set when the timer hits a number, and you stop when done. You wait until the timer hits the next milestone. There's a similar problem with the stopwatch and timer app. It has voice announcements, but I can only set it for consistent intervals. Quick and Dead has varied intervals. So I'll show you the actual app I built. So it's very basic. You can select the variant you want to work today. So I have 4 different variants: the snatch 5, snatch, and swing 5. So let's say I want to do swings. The dice roll sets the number of series for the day. 5. The delay button can toggle a delay, like in the giant stopwatch. Let's say I don't want a delay. Now the audio is the key. If you, I'm going to start it, but it's I couldn't get the sound working on the simulator, so I'm going to also start it on my mobile. So after 3 seconds.
Snatch, 5 reps left-handed.
I don't know if you guys heard that. So I'm going to keep it going, and you'll hear an alert when the next set is about to start, and when the next when the next set starts. So some problems with that I faced during this, or that I still haven't tackled. One is making impossible states impossible. So if I click on this right now, I can actually change the set, but I shouldn't be allowed to change a set in the middle of a workout. Change the workout in the middle of a workout.
10
That's
seconds.
Something. So it says 10 seconds. It's ready. In 10 seconds, I'm going to start the next set. Getting the sizing just right. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there were sizing issues. Getting just the numbers to fit on the
Snatch,
screen.
5 reps left-handed.
So I'm going to stop this here. Okay. Yeah. So CSS issues and making impossible states impossible. Those are the 2 big issues I faced. It looks very simple, and what little complexity there is under the hood. And I'll go back to my presentation. What are the next steps for this? If I get more time to work on this, there are things I want to do to make it feature complete, and to learn FPTS. Every for loop, every if condition, I want to turn it into functional utilities. The series variations, I want to turn them into functional utilities. Use as many of the FPTS utils as I can to get a good grasp on the library. And the reason I want to do that, because going into my next job, if it is going to be TypeScript based, I want to be implementing functional as much as possible. Right now, it's usable, and I will share it with my friends. I used it the day before yesterday, and I was able to use it for a full workout. And I'll share it with my friends and keep adding features. The main one requested was the dark mode. And that's it. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome job, Anthony. That was so cool. It psyched me out when it hit that after 3 seconds. That was great. Any questions for Anthony? The first one that's coming to my mind is I know that you haven't worked with React Native in a while, and you're kind of looking to see what's changed, and I'm curious what you found.
Developer experience has improved tremendously with React Native. Expo is so easy to use. The Expo is for basic apps, and React Native is if you can use a bare React Native app if you want to use more native tooling with Objective-C and Kotlin. I didn't have to for this app, but I could see, because the app that I built before, I had to go to bare native, and I can see now Expo has all those features built in that I wouldn't have to go to bare native. So, and it was a lot like the voice stuff. It was so easy. I just added a library, and it was speech.say, 5 reps left-handed. It was that easy to do to add that library and work with that. So things like that were just a delight to work with.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
You said you were sort of interested at the beginning in trying out some like functional programming with TypeScript and didn't end up doing that. Was that because it was just like sort of low on the priority list and other stuff sort of like creeped in, or did you like get into like, did you start with that and then have to like unwind it, or did you just like not even get to it?
I didn't even get to it. It's the first,
Right.
it's the former. I also had a lot of scope creep. So I started off and like, oh, I want to build a menu. I want to build a menu, and I want to have like these different pages. I want to have a settings page and a statistics page and all this. And I'm like, oh, I don't. And as I started building it, I realized for simplicity, looking at the way Giant Stopwatch is built, it's much simpler to just have one screen straight up, go into your workout and start a workout. And that's how my friends use it. And just for usability. So there was scope creep. Like I said, a lot of CSS styling issues, trying to adjust that. CSS styling, if you guys have ever worked with native tools like Objective-C or Swift is for iOS and Kotlin, I find the styling for mobile is much easier there. It's drag and drop stuff. It's easier there. It was a bit hard to get the CSS just right. So it's just a timing thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. Scope creep. That's life.
Definitely. I went way too wide with my hop about a year ago as well. So I completely understand that. Descoping is a huge thing. And yeah, even the concept of a fitness app, I had one that I've been using for a few years. I actually just recently pivoted to Apple Fitness, and they're really, really good when they can, when it clicks, it really clicks, and you do see results. So building something that you can have a little bit of customization in, but still kind of sets the structure of your workout is really important to have that there. Because even with Apple Fitness now, I mean, I had an app that kind of built my workouts for me during the day. I'm still kind of going around and perusing different, 10 or 20 or 30-minute workouts to say, okay, is that the best thing for me today? Or is there something different? So even kind of some AI components that will take in what you have done and the intensity of it, and then said, okay, I can give the user something else, in a day or two that will be different but equal intensity, work different muscle groups, all of that. So that would be really cool too. Yeah. And as you say, using the kettlebells, because that's what you have, and kind of what you can do and what you can not do to avoid injury. And
it was built for me and my friends, basically.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I really liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah, as Lauren said, maybe you can pick Sarah's brain and have her as a possible investor user.
Yes.
For the consideration too, for sure. Yeah, that's
I need
awesome.
to get some kettlebells, but I'm in.
Same. Yeah, I don't have any kettlebells myself either. Let's look into that. Yeah, awesome work, Anthony. Great questions, folks, as well. So yeah, we're gonna end things off. Before you go, you should see a 3-question survey once you end this Zoom room. So if you could take a hot second and fill that out. Maybe you've already filled it out before. We always appreciate your opinions, though. That would be so helpful. And yeah, would really appreciate it. This is our last hop for the year. So looking forward to more hop demos and all hands in 2023. And hopefully we catch you sooner though. So thanks everyone for showing up today and for the awesome demos. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye, gang.
Thanks, everyone.